Hey, welcome to another the Hateful Place game. This one will be kind of a northern Viking type setting taking place called Grimspear the Crazed. The Northern Warlord, known as Grimspear the Crazed, has conquered all of the mountainous areas known as the Ice Shard Valley. There's rumors that he's amassing troops now to begin a new invasion of the lower lands where you live, you, your family, your friends. His soldiers are cutthroats, murderers, rapists, and sadists. You cannot let them take over your lands. At any cost, you must protect your family and your friends and your lands. The only thing to do is assassinate the warlord in his sleep while he rests in the mountainous areas. However, it's said Grimspear is protected by a powerful witch who controls the darkness and the creatures that thrive there in the darkness. We begin our journey as you're moving your way up into the mountains, getting closer and closer to what you would know would be Grimspear's fortress. And you notice that the dark seems to have the mountain range pretty much covered. The light is going down, cloudy, stormy looking, you would think. Crystal, if you'll introduce your character and tell me why why are you going? Well, I mean, what's this to you?
An older man with a large gray beard running down, wearing a large cloak with a little bit of armor underneath it, is walking towards this place. You can tell by the look in his eyes that he has seen much war, much bloodshed, but he is still standing. He cannot have a peaceful, restful death. He must end his life in war. He will continue to fight until eventually his life is taken, so that he may enter Valhalla proudly. And that is Hosvir Grimson.
All right, perfect. Nikki, we jump over to you as you're moving along with your group. If you introduce your character and what this is all about to you as you have taken this task.
Um, you see a woman, long blonde hair, and a cloak over her shoulders. She carries a very big sword for a woman, and she has on her around her neck the symbol of Woden with the three interlocking triangles. And she is doing this to please the gods and to bring Odin's fury onto those who would dare to try to take what belongs to her and her people. And this is Tove.
All right, perfect. Yang, you can tell us about who you're playing and what this mission means to you.
Tonight I'm going to be playing Eric Bluetooth Erickson. Eric is a Viking warrior who relishes in combat. You see him wearing a long, flowing blonde beard, and clad in chainmail and skull cap with visors. He's also wearing a red cloak around him to keep himself warm. One day after, combat, on his way back home, he met a crone, and the woman, who happens to be a widow of one of the soldiers that he fought, cursed him that once he returns, he's going to find his family, in ruins. So when he did return, he found out that his wife was, murdered by, a bunch of raiders who took the opportunity of his absence to, just ravage his village. His children are all slain, so he's all by himself. And since that day, he has vowed to hunt down those who would curse others, thereby, declaring himself as a witch hunter. In this particular mission, I guess the group has, contacted him, knowing that they're going to be facing a witch. So he has, agreed to come along.
All right, perfect. And we'll jump over to you, Daniel. You can tell me about your character and what this really means to them.
Ingeborg is the second daughter of a woman who lived a long life as the village healer, the soothsayer, basically a witch. She died just one change of seasons ago, and when the call was made to bring forth someone who knew the magical arts, actually her sister should have gone, but her sister was found herself with child. So Ingeborg is not really the adventuring kind, but she believes in destiny, and she has taken her meager possessions into her oilcloth, and has joined the group, and will hope to come home someday.
All right, perfect. And rounding us out, Mike, you can tell us about your character and what it means to them.
Trencha is a female warrior. She is a defender of the fires. She has always been a little rabid about the defense of the village. She's been a little envious of the men who were able to go off into battle. And so taking on the role of a protector of the villages at home suited her best. And she is sorely pressed by everything that has been happening lately, to see the villages ravaged. And she is pushed not only by honor and duty to the people that she protects, but a sense of revenge for those that she has lost or failed to protect.
All right, sounds perfect. As your group gets closer and closer to the coming out of the valley, the Ashard Valley, up into the hills and mountains, like I say, you notice the change of what you would think would be the weather. I mean, it's very dark, very cloudy, much like in that photo over the village there. You see lightning streaking across part of through the clouds, and then you see other clouds that are just pure black. I mean, just a blackness you've never seen before as they're boiling and churning around as you head up into the mountains. And you start making your path towards what you would think would be this old village that you heard you rumored that Grimspear is camped out at right now. And as you do, let's see. Nikki, roll me a d4.
All right. A 1.
A 1. Perfect. You who's leading the way? Y'all, I mean, there's room to walk, 2, 3 abreast, 4 abreast, but is there anybody going ahead?
Hadvar is definitely up in front. If anyone is walking with him, that's fine as well.
Yeah, Eric's gonna be walking right next to him.
I'll be behind them.
Yep, you two would see it first then. You see coming down the mountain on one of the paths there in front of you, probably a good 50 or 60 yards ahead, you see a wooden cart being pulled by an old man. It seems like a young boy, you would think probably early teens. And you can definitely tell they're part of the northern tribes up there, the way they're dressed and everything. And the cart is loaded with different various things that are covered up and all that, and they seem to be making a pretty good hasty speed down your way. They have not seen you yet, though.
Just to make clear, are these enemy people, or are they just
no? You would know this old man and child would probably be some villagers that's coming down from the mountains, probably fleeing.
Okay, if they don't seem like a threat or anything, then Hotsphere is gonna just continue walking. If they happen to say something or something, then Hotsphere might take time to listen, but other than that, he'll just keep walking. He's got a job to do.
All right.
Blah blah blah.
Would anybody else call out to him, or you move in closer to him, or?
Eric, he raises his hand and he says, "Ho there, old man."
When you call out to him, the young boy looks up first, and his eyes get real wide, and he punches the grandfather, what you would probably think his grandfather, in the shoulder. And the old man looks up and he throws both arms up and he yells out, "No, no, we mean no harm. We are fleeing the crazed."
I was going to ask you where you're fleeing from, but it seems apparent that you're fleeing from a monster that would kill you.
Yes, his people, they have devastated the mountain villages. They have conquered all, and if you can escape with your lives, it is best you do it. They are sadists. They are taking men and flaying the skin from their bodies, and they are hanging the women up on poles and striking them with instruments and whips, and the young children, even those, they are doing things to them.
Rest assured, traveler. How long have you been fleeing this way?
We left yesterday morning to come down the mountain with what we could grab before his men got to our village.
Would you say it would be about a day's ride from here?
Oh, to get to where the crazed is himself would be, yes, at least a day. His men are getting ready to move. They're supposedly moving on further down the mountains into the open lands.
Old man, are there men that are in pursuit of your flight?
No, we were able to get out. Me and my son here, we were able to get out before they got to our village.
How many of these villains are rampaging about your town?
They usually come in groups of 10, 20 men. They have, I do not hate to use this word, but they have a omen about them that is dark, that I think helps protect them.
It is said that they have a witch about them. Do you know what she looks like?
I have heard that too, but I have not seen the witch. But these men are protected by something, I can say that.
He nods and he looks to his, party members.
Hasir is still walking.
Yeah, I mean, Ingeborg doesn't say anything. She's kind of listening, and has sympathy for the man and his child that have to leave their town, but she doesn't think there's very much she can do for them at this moment.
Trinche, Shield Maiden, do you have any questions for the battle ahead?
She doesn't even hear you at first because her attention is well behind you. Since you guys were focusing up front, she decided to stay focused back. After the distraction, she turns around and goes, "Questions? No, I don't have any questions." She said, "Are we moving again?"
He nods, and Eric looks at the old man and says, "Travel with Odin's blessing, and that of Thor's as well." And he nods, and Eric catches up to Osvir.
When you start to walk off from the old man, Eric, he reaches with both of his, he's a very scrawny older man, no hardly any strength. I mean, pulling the cart has drained him, of course, but he reaches out and he grabs you and he says, "No, you are the one that needs to be blessed. You will need everything you can do." And he pushes something into your hand and closes your hand up around it. And he goes, "This will help you with blessings."
Yeah, Eric nods and says, "Thank you. My name is Eric Bluetooth Erickson. What is your name, stranger?"
"You may call me Rogoth."
"Rogoth. If I survive the battle ahead, perhaps I shall find you and thank you properly."
"Yes, good luck to you all."
And are they riding or are they walking?
They're walking. You can tell they've been pulling this hand cart, this wheeled cart by hand.
Nice. Cool. Yeah. Eric runs back up and catches up to Hosphere.
You open your hand up and you look down, and it is like a small symbol, maybe not even an inch long, maybe an inch and a half or so, but it's a handcrafted wooden symbol as you look down, Eric, and you've never seen nothing like it before. But mechanically, the rest of the game, it will give you a +1 to all DR rolls you make.
Woohoo! Nice.
So
Thank
note
you.
that down. But yeah, you run and catch up with the group. Hosphere, you continue on this path. You go probably, a good couple hours or so. And you see smoke coming up from like chimneys and stuff. You would know maybe probably either the village or one of the villages the old man fled from. But you see smoke still coming up from chimneys and all that. But you also hear, loud raucous laughter and screaming and just, joyful stuff going on ahead of you also.
Yeah. Is it starting to get dark or anything? Like, will we have to rest?
Oh yeah, no, you can still see, but it's just that ominous dark clouds are just hanging over everywhere, permeating. But you're still able to see without any light source.
Okay. And is this tavern like anywhere we need to go?
No, it's not a tavern; it's a village.
Oh,
that you
it's a
see.
village. Okay.
Yeah,
All
it's a
right.
whole village that you think is ahead.
Okay. And I guess that's where our destination lies, right?
You would probably think no. Like I say, you would think this would be the old man's village, or probably one of the villages that he fled from.
Okay. But like we have to go through this village to get to
Yeah,
the army.
it's on the path that you're traveling. Correct.
All right. Okay. That sounds good. All right. Yeah. So it'll just keep going. I mean,
All right, make me a mind roll since you're ahead.
All right. Oh, nice. I passed.
All right, good. You are able to look before you get there. You hear this laughter coming and, men yelling out. You can probably tell they've been drinking and stuff. But what you see closest to you before they see you and you get too close, you see these three I'm talking about large men standing there with these axes and these shields. And they're laughing. And one of them has this long whip, this barbed whip. And you look up on a pole and you see this wooden pole that has been put in the ground, and you see a form of a naked woman that is on this pole. And about that time, the man with the barbed whip takes it and pow, hits her with the barbed whip as she screams out. These men, though, look almost unnatural with their size. I mean, you've never seen men this large before in any of your battles.
Hmm. Okay.
Does
we all see that?
Hosphere see them? Yeah.
Yeah, right now, Hosphere being a little bit ahead would be the only one, would see them unless y'all progress. I mean, you probably see Hosphere stop, I would think.
Yeah, I mean, Hotspur probably kind of looks like. I mean, do they have an enemy sigil on them or anything like that?
You would definitely know that these men are not part of the lower armies, that these guys are more than likely, you would think, part of Grimspear's troops for sure.
Eric was moving
right.
alongside Hosphere too. Does he see the Vikings?
Yeah, once you got caught up there, you see the same thing then.
Yeah, I mean, as soon as he sees the naked woman being whipped, there's no question about it. Eric's gonna throw a hand axe.
You're gonna be probably too. I mean, you can try it. You're gonna be pretty far. It's gonna be like a -4 to hit them from where you're at.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. Yeah,
you're some ways from them.
Okay. Well, I mean, is there a way that I could look for others? I mean, are there only 3 of them, or are there more of them?
You only see these 3 right now.
Okay. Okay.
Yeah. So when he sees them, if he recognizes that they are definitely of Grimspear's army, then he's gonna take his axe or he's gonna have his hand on his axe and He's just going to start walking towards them. I mean, he's not necessarily saying anything or anything like that. He's just walking towards them, straight towards them, directly staring them down.
All right. That sounds good to me. What about I guess next would be you, Eric, because you see Hosfir just head off towards him.
Yeah, he's gonna creep down low. He's gonna try to raid him. He's gonna, sneak up to them. So while Hosfir is walking, tall, just approaching them, striding up to them, Eric's gonna stay low and then try to be hidden as much as he could.
Yeah,
And,
if
he'll approach him.
if you actually want to try that, I mean, you're gonna have to go way out of your way to sneak around some rocks and stuff. I mean, all this is pretty much open. Going into this village, it's open ground. I mean, you would have to try to. I mean, it would take you a longer time than the rest of them to get there if you try to sneak. I mean, you can do it. It's just gonna take you some time.
I see. Yeah, I mean, I don't want to take that time, to have that woman whipped and stuff. So, yeah, he's just gonna take out a hand axe. He's got a shield, bracing himself for combat, and he's actually gonna walk right up next to Hosfir and stride up towards him.
All right. The rest of you see, I'm sure, Hosfir and Eric, go into what you would think would definitely be some type of battle maneuver mode as they're moving forward. And, if y'all keep continuing approach, then you see the scene also.
Well, Ingeborg will definitely take the extra time to sneak. She's gonna circle around. I mean, she's not a warrior. She's gonna see if she can somehow. She's hoping that she'll be able to free the lady once combat starts. So she's just gonna, however long it takes, she'll go the long way.
All right, sounds good.
I do have a sword, so I guess I will.
But you get to take the sword.
I will walk towards you. I'm not gonna. I'm not gonna let this stand. So I will walk up towards Hosfir and Eric.
All right, you're moving forward. What about Trentja?
She's going to get a little momentum going, so she's just going to rush. She's arming herself, and yep.
All right, perfect. Hosfir, you're leading the way, so why don't you roll initiative for us? Ooh.
All right. 6.
They had a 5, so
Nice.
Yep, go. What are you going to do? You see these three, once you get closer, you're and Eric being a little bit in the lead. They look up and see you, but, they're in the midst of doing what they're, you've definitely caught them off guard. So what would you like to do?
Yeah, they look up and see me, and maybe they're kind of starting to be like, oh, look at this asshole walking to his right. And Hosfir, when he gets about 10 feet away, he just pulls his axe and chucks it straight at the one in the middle, we'll say.
All right, we'll say number 2. That sounds good.
Oh, hell, I'm doing really good tonight. 18 plus 2 is a modified 20.
Let's see if he ducks out of the way. No, he's not. So do some damage.
All right, let's hope I can do some good damage. Oh, man, only 14 damage.
14? You strike the axe into him, and he looks down at it and looks back up at you, and he's still standing. But it definitely seems to hit him good.
Mm-hmm.
I guess Eric, you'd be the next closest one.
Yeah, Eric, he shouts out. He says, Thor would cry that a warrior would test his might against a woman who's unarmed, bound, and naked. And he just chucks his hand axe at the same one that happens to be in the middle.
All right.
And this time I rolled, what was it, with a 2. That's 15.
Oh, man, he rolled a natural 1. Y'all, you've caught him really. See if you can finish him off.
All right. That is 11, 14, 15.
Yeah, what do you hit him at with the other hand axe or whatever to take him out?
Yeah, I mean, I just chuck it, and it flies through the air and embeds its blade on his forehead.
Yep, and he just looks and falls straight down, face first into the mud and the muck there, and it's not moving at all. Nice. Tove, I guess it would be you and Trentja up next as y'all move up.
I think you were running, Trentja. If you want to go ahead.
Yeah, Trentja will She basically raises her shield up and then she slides. Is it slidable?
Yes, it is.
She slides and she just, as she tries to come up underneath and then attempts to bury the sword into the groin of the one on the left.
Is it, you want to get the one with the whip?
Yep.
Yep, that's number 3 for me. Okay, you got the one with the whip.
That's a 18.
All right, let's see what he does. Oh man, y'all are lucky. He's in bad rolls for me. Nope, you get him. How much damage?
16.
16. Okay. You take quite a bit out of him, but he looks surprised and shocked as he's trying to gather his wits about him. Tove, you got an injured one holding a whip, and then you got another large guy holding an axe.
I'll go for the injured one with my sword.
All right.
This is not the way to Valhalla. I tell him 17.
All right. He fails.
Okay.
13.
Much change dice.
20.
Oh yeah, you finish him off. He is down.
Just slam my sword right through his, splitting his mail, just right through the chest.
Yep, you can do that, Inga. You're still kind of progressing around, sneaking.
Yep.
All right. You see the one guy with the axe, as you've taken his 2 friends down, he drops the axe and he runs straight towards you, Eric. And you see him open his mouth, and it's almost like these large canine teeth as he just jumps and lunges straight at you, and he's going to try to bite into you with these teeth and take your throat out with them, pull your throat out with them. Oh man, a 19, so make a DR. Don't forget you got that +1.
Okay. Yeah, that's not gonna do it.
Oh no, that's not going to be good. Let's see. $28 damage.
Oh wow.
Oof.
Yeah,
I mean, this guy, he just goes berserk and just tears your throat. Oh.
Wow. Yeah, I'm standing with 3 hit points.
Oh man. Crystal, roll initiative for us in the next round.
4.
Oh god, they had a 4 also. Let's see if I can be lucky like Nikki and roll all these 1s. Nope, I rolled a 2. So nothing else happens. You can go first, your group. Be fine. I'll just keep the 4s and you can go.
All right, cool. Hasvir will then take out his dagger and attempt to plunge it into this guy's back. And with a 17, he might.
All right. Let's see if I continue these bad rolls on these DRs. And I do with a 7.
All right, and 18 points of damage. Not terrible.
Yeah, you take him down quite a bit. He's still standing. You can just hear the yell and the scream. I mean, you just see blood spurting out of Eric. I mean, he's tore out part of Eric's throat, but he's still standing up right now.
Yeah.
Eric, do you want to try to defend yourself and take this guy out?
Yeah, he's screaming. He was gonna say something, but with the throat torn off, it's not gonna do anything. I rolled a 13 plus 2 for being a warrior, so that's 15.
Man, cross your fingers. I keep doing bad. Oh, a 5. Wow.
Excellent. And that is 19. No. That's 25.
Yeah, this man tore your throat out, so you tell me how you finish them all.
Yeah, I mean, right after that, he's screaming, and in reaction, he just plunges his sword straight into the guy's chest, and then pulls him off. At the same time, you see him bleeding all over the place, holding his neck.
Yep. And you hear, Inga, I mean, you're kind of sneaking, so you're probably watching some. You don't see any others coming from any of the huts or houses. Everything seems to be quiet and still. And once you all get your bearings, and you see the woman hanging, you can tell she's still alive, but you start seeing bodies strewn all out through the village now that you're up closer. But there seems to be no more of Grimspear's people here coming out.
Hasvir puts his dagger away, and he'll go up to Eric and say, "I got you, brother." And he takes out this cloth bandana and begins to press it towards Eric's wound, trying to absorb the blood.
All right.
Yeah, Eric says, "Thank you," and he looks down at the weapon that his opponent dropped, and he says, "He has forsaken Valhalla just in order to bite me with his teeth rather than use his weapon."
What do you expect from infidels?
And then he spits at a dead body.
All right.
Can I get the woman down?
Yeah, you can cut her down. She's just up there with ropes, and she's very weak. But you hear her, and she goes, "Thank you very much. They killed all the villagers except a few of the young, stronger men and boys, and they took them back as prisoners and slaves. But your friend is in dire need there. If you will get me to my hut, I think I can help him some." And she's pointing towards Eric.
Okay. Oh, you're some sort of healer?
Yes, I think unless they took all of my herbs and stuff, I think I can help them some.
Well, many Odin's many blessings onto you. Eric, I think we
Yes.
have someone who can help you.
That is good. Thor smiles upon us with his hammer high up in the air today.
And yeah, I would.
Inga, roll me a mind roll, and you can actually have a +2 since you're trying to you're pretty much sneaking and watching stuff.
No. Even with
Still
that.
didn't make it. Okay.
No, I got a 4.
All right.
Yeah.
Are you going to move on up with the other group?
Yeah, I mean, she's gonna walk out now, and she sees the aftermath. She thinks it's kind of strange this man used his mouth to as a weapon. So she's gonna go check him out and see if he's been possessed or something. Like if he has any markings on him that seem arcane, or if he's bestial in any other ways.
Yeah, you get up there, and you would have probably heard. I'm going to say this unless Jan changes my mind, but you would have probably heard Eric say that. My God, the teeth, they were like beast teeth and, all that. But once you open his mouth and look at him, everything looks normal. I mean, nothing looks off kilter to you now.
Hasvir, as he has, given Eric his cloth and everything, he's going to go up and pull his axe out of the dead man, and he's going to get Eric's axe as well, And since Eric is following the lady to get some herbs, he's just going to hold on to his axe for now, hand it to him later.
Yeah, that's perfect. Eric, the lady takes you into her hut. She offers water and food to all of you, what little's left, but they haven't ravaged and stuff. But you can, if you want me to roll it, or you can roll it, doesn't matter. You get 2d10 HP back as she's put some healing herbs and poultices on your wounds.
Yeah, go ahead and roll for me.
All right. If I roll 2 1s, don't be mad. Hey, that's pretty good. A 9 and a 5. So there you go.
Nice.
And you can regain that as she's trying to staunch your bleeding and hopefully heal you up.
I'm also, since I'm out there with the bodies, I'm just going to look for, because I'm wondering if they're under some kind of berserker, hallucinations or something. So I'm going to check their bodies for any kind of mushrooms or drugs they might have been taking.
Yeah, roll me a mind roll, sure.
Okay. Nope. I'm smarter than I roll. No, let's wait.
Yeah, you don't find anything out of place. I mean, it would indicate anything of such. You probably hear Eric going on about it, and probably even Hasvir and Tove would have seen, and Tinche would have seen the way the guy acted. But I mean, it's weird. I mean, they're describing how this guy acted, but nothing seems out of place.
In terms of the size of these Vikings, they're definitely larger than regular men, right?
Yeah, I mean, they're just very they're like the power lifters of Vikings. I mean, they're just like very large, muscled up men, just almost abnormally large.
Well, we know that the army supposedly has a witch with them, so perhaps this is some of her kind of magic. If they are using magic, then they definitely do not deserve the luxuries of Valhalla.
It is no kind of witchcraft that I've seen before. I've seen witches curse a man's family to doom, but never have I seen any of the magic enlarge men so.
Tony, would this woman she know if there's more of these big Vikings close?
Yeah, she will tell you that they come down unexpected out of the hills, almost that she tells you it was weird. There was like this dark fog that come up and just encapsulated the whole area. And all of a sudden they just charged out of the fog. And she thinks, she tells you there was 20 or 30 of them in the group probably. And they were all very large men. And, they slaughtered some and they took some of the younger, stronger men with them as of captives back into the mountains. But she said they've been gone probably at least, an hour or more.
So it's just these three that stayed to torture you, dear lady. I'm very sorry.
Thankfully, you and your group come along, and I've done what I can for your friend, but I must rest myself and hope they do not come back.
Perhaps we should take these weapons that they had with us, perhaps even the odds a little bit in the battle that comes ahead. Free the prisoners, give them their weapons.
I mean, yeah, I'll grab that spiked whip. Absolutely.
Yeah, you can grab the weapons, no trouble.
Alrighty.
They had a couple of axes. Did they have anything else other than the whip?
No, as far as weapon-wise, no. They all had like two of them had large axes. The guy at the whip had like a smaller hand axe, but that's it.
Okay. Yeah. Yeah, Holsfer will take one of those big axes. He gave Eric back his hand axe, by the way. And if Eric doesn't care, he'll take that other small hand axe.
Yeah, Eric's like frazzled because he's just got his throat ripped off. So yeah, he doesn't have any mind to talk about
How does Eric talk now?
I guess it left a little bit, huh? Yeah.
I would ask Ingeborg when we're back with her if she would want the whip, if she doesn't have weapons.
I do not believe that weapons of man will win this battle.
All right.
Weapons of man have served me well so far.
I'll take weapons of man and the gods myself, both.
Whatever it takes, we'll get the job done. And Eric realizes that, he thought he was a goner, but after the wound has been cleaned and that woman had treated him, he realized that it was only a flesh wound.
Yep, wasn't as bad as he thought. Like getting a shot.
Yep.
I think that we should move while the trail is still fresh.
Let us be on our way.
Yep, we're on our way.
Yep, you continue following the trail. Of course, is very easy to follow with all the footprints, and you leave the lady there to recover. She tells you if you're successful on the mission, when you come back, to stop if you need any healing or food or drink, and she will see what she can find. You continue on into the mountains. The more you continue, the darker it gets. You can still see, but it's down to maybe like 10 feet in front of you. Hosfir, you and Eric are probably leading the way again, but it's the vision is like it's still enough light to see, but it's unnaturally dark. I mean, you're kind of losing track of even what time of day it is now. And let's see, Tove, you and Ingeborg, roll me a mind roll.
Okay. No. That's a 12.
Nope.
No.
I am rolling like crap. I think I need
Yep.
to.
Man, you're rolling like me, Daniel.
I have not rolled over a 10 the entire time.
I've had those nights.
Yeah, this dice going away.
Like, I can't believe I'm actually rolling fairly well right now. Of course, now I've just jinxed myself.
Yep.
So.
Yep, you jinxed yourself.
Yeah, I only rolled a 12, Tony.
All right. Yep. Y'all continue on. Like I say, the dark is so unnatural. I mean, you've lost track of, hey, is it nighttime? Have we really been gone this long? But you're still able to see about 10 feet in front of you. It's slowing the pace. But you eventually come out and you see, kind of like in that photo, you see the large old village up into the mountains that you would know would have been a village to a decent ruler at one time. And a lot of the houses and stuff were abandoned long ago. I mean, this village had turned into pretty much a small village now. You see smoke coming up from some of the chimneys and things permeating into the darkness itself. But it's like eerily quiet. You see no one about. You hear nothing as far as noise-wise at this point. You would definitely know this is supposedly the last knowledge of where Grimspear is camped out.
Be on alert. Everything is quiet. All animals get quiet before the prey strikes.
So this was the last place that he was known to be?
Yep, exactly. From the information you had, this would have been his last camp for sure.
Was there a fire or something? Does it look fresh? Like, are the coals still hot? That kind of thing?
There's no outside fires. You can tell that there appears to be some fires. You would probably think still going in some of the chimneys. Is still probably some of the houses maybe are occupied, you would think, but it's strange that you don't hear any noise of anybody talking or anything.
These are wooden buildings, right?
Yep, they're all like thatch and wood and stuff.
Okay. And are there guards?
You don't see anybody on the street at all.
Eric says, if we were to just walk in there, the guards of this town will spot us, and it would be inevitable for us to go through another battle.
Well, we have the cover of darkness, at least.
Yeah, you hear the chains rustle as Eric nods.
What is it that you suggest, that we sneak in like cowards?
No.
Well, it is not cowardly to fight in an intelligent manner. You want to win, do you not, soldier?
What do you propose? What do you propose then?
We have come to kill one man. When you cut off the head of the snake, the body simply slithers away. To rush in and fight his foot soldiers would be foolish. We must find Grimspear. Grimspear, right?
Yeah, Grimspear.
And his protector. Do I see anything just like obviously that seems like any totems or like offerings hung or anything that looks like it could be like any spells set up to protect the or
Good question. Roll me a mind, and I'll give you. You try and take your time a little bit, so you actually have a +2. I would think.
Okay.
Oh no!
This new guy did not help.
You better change. You better change too, then.
Yeah, jeez.
Nope. You nothing that catches your eye at all that would indicate any type of of witch or anything that has been put up, anything that she's put up.
Sorry.
Yes, I say it doesn't appear that there are any wards that I can see, although who's to know?
Does Hossavir see any like way in that doesn't include going through the front gate? Like, are there any,
I mean, there's actually no gate. I mean, it's just open. I mean, it's just you see these houses and stuff. They're just all stacked up along the bottom, and then some of them up on a little cliff and stuff. I mean, but there's actually no gate or fence there to enter this place. It's all open.
So if we were to like go around and like up the side, would it be like? Would we be able to go by without maybe being seen?
You could try, and like I say, you had no idea where Grimspear, which house he would be in. I mean, you have no information on that at all. But some of the houses you can definitely tell have been long abandoned. You would think that there's nobody there just by looking at the upkeep on them. But and then others, you do see the smoke coming out of some of the chimneys and stuff.
Eric says, let us find out what's in these houses that have fires burning in them.
May not be able to avoid a minor battle. We might need to get some information from one of the soldiers.
Eric creeps down and he sneaks up along the wall and goes up to one of the houses with the fire, smoke coming out of the chimney. And
All right.
he peers in through the window or some, between the planks or something like that to see what's inside.
Yep, you can peer in there. Roll me a d6 and I will tell you what you see.
Roll 6.
You look in and you see an old woman. I mean, very, very much, you can tell by the way she stooped over, very much older than the man you met on the path earlier. And she seems to just be going about like cooking stuff. I mean, you see her, she has pots out and buckets and stuff of water. And she just seems to be like she's preparing things probably for a meal, you would think.
What does it look like that she's preparing for? How many people is she preparing the meal for? Is it for a lot of people or just a couple?
Yeah,
of people?
you would think it's definitely a fairly large group. I mean, probably a little larger than your group could eat.
Okay. Yeah, he comes back to the rest of the group and he relays that information.
So perhaps they will all enter the same building, which puts us at advantage. Did it seem like there was a large table there for them to eat, or that she was just preparing?
There was not. There was like just a normal, like you would think maybe for 2 or 3 people that lived there. It was pretty small inside, and as far as tables and furniture wise.
Yeah, Eric says it seems like the woman was preparing for a banquet, not at her home, but someplace else. If we follow the woman, I am pretty certain that we shall meet this Grimspear and rest of the people who would be enjoying a large meal.
Aye, let us wait then and follow this woman.
Well, what are in the other buildings?
Yeah, Eric only checked one building, so if you guys...
I would.
Oh,
I'll check another one.
Yep, you move. Are y'all moving separately or kind of as a group? Are we splitting the party?
I imagine, like, not too far away, but, kind of
Right.
scattered, right?
Right.
Yeah, I would imagine that the whole group would kind of move up-ish, and then somebody would break off from the group to look through the window. So like, there's not 5.
All right. Tove, you want to look in the next building? You say?
Yes, I do.
Roll me a d6.
Okay. 1.
You look in. This building's a little bit bigger than the one that Eric looked in. We'll say a little bit bigger house. You look in and you see this large man that is sitting in like a wooden chair and he just has his arms crossed, and laying next to him is this large shield and this large axe. And he has this helm on that's covering even his eyes. I mean, it looks like it's just pitch dark eyes, but he has this huge beard and these furs covering around him with like these leathers and stuff on him. But he's just kind of sitting in a chair with his arms crossed.
Okay. Would I recognize the shield at all? The symbol on it?
I tell you what, roll me a mind roll, and you can have a +2.
Okay. No, that's 7, 8, 9. No.
Well, you definitely know that this sigil and signia and stuff on the shield and the way he's dressed, it's not somebody from the lower lands for sure. You definitely know that this man is part of the Northern invaders, if not something else.
Right.
It's Eric's twin brother.
Well, I would slowly and quietly back. I don't see anybody else in there. There's not a woman.
No, just him. You know, and you know, there's a fire burning, but there's nothing. And it's pretty sparse, furnished itself. I mean, there's probably a couple more tables than what Eric would have seen in the other one, but I mean, it's pretty sparsely furnished, and he's just sitting there by himself.
That's weird. I'm going to go back to the group and tell them, I think there's trouble in that house. Big trouble. Very big man.
Like we fought before?
Is he like those guys, or is he?
He doesn't. It's kind of strange, you know, with all the stuff he's wearing. I mean, he's a very large, naturally sized man, but it is. You did notice that it didn't appear to be as pumped up as the other three were. I mean, this guy's just naturally big.
Okay. He doesn't appear to be quite as grotesquely muscled, but he's still big, and he has a sizable shield and battle axe in the room with him.
Did it look like Grimspear?
I couldn't tell.
If he is.
One thing, Toby, you would have heard, and all of you would have heard, you've probably heard stories these past few months that all kind of different variations of actually what Grimspear looks like. I mean, it's weird. Nobody has pinpointed the same look for him.
Okay, I would tell Eric the shield was very ornate, so it's possible, but as you know, we don't really know what he looks like, so he's someone we'll probably have to deal with if we make a lot of noise.
Or we deal with him being quietly first, so we don't have to deal with him later.
Right.
Let's look at another house first, though. I want to look at a house.
All right. Ingeborg's going to move up to a house. Roll me a d6.
She'll creep up. 5.
You peer in, and you see almost cookie cutter to what Eric saw earlier. You see an older woman in there. Maybe this one's not quite as old, and she seems to like be preparing different foods. She's chopping up, looks like different winter type vegetables and things, and like a big pot is boiling on the stuff on the cook area and stuff. Seems like she's just in there cooking food.
Okay, I'm going to kill everybody. I'm going to pull my hood up over my head, and I'm going to just walk up and open the door, and I'm going to say, "Woman, when will the feast be ready? They are waiting."
When you do that, she turns and she looks towards you, and you see the almost cataract eyes as she goes, "Child, you must flee now. They know you are here. I cannot flee anymore, but you must."
It was written, "This is where I must be. Help me or help me not, but do not hinder me."
Oh, I will not hinder you. I have no powers anymore, child, but I cannot help you. I will fall to my death quickly.
When will the feast be? That is all we need to know.
I do not know when the men will return from their raiding. They come and go, but we are always preparing food. They are very voracious with their appetites.
What about the leader? He is who we seek.
He knows you are here, child. That's all I can tell you. He knows you are here. You must flee if you want to live.
Thank you. And then she'll just close the door and walk out to the group. Another old lady. I know, I will tell the group. I'll say, there was another old woman cooking, nearly blind with age. She says he knows we are here. But she also said the raiders were not back yet. So this may be the best time to strike. We must find him.
Ingeborg, before you continue, make me a mind roll also. Give you another chance.
Oh no.
I rolled a 2.
Oh
man.
my gosh, I give up.
It was that kind of night, man.
I
Yeah.
have not succeeded in a single thing yet.
Yep. And you were the only one there talking to her, so you'd be the
Yeah,
only
I
one
was
to
the
see
only one.
it. So, yep, go ahead.
Hosefear is going to say, all right, well, let's take out the one soldier first. Trinsha, you come with me. Eric, go knock on the back of the house that the soldier is in. And what Hosefear is going to do is he's going to like go and like basically like be at the like where the door is. Like he's going to like kind of hide off to the side with his giant axe. And as soon as that guy opens the door, Hosefear is just going to like chop his axe into the guy.
All right. So you and Trinche wants to kind of set up on either side of the back door and have Eric knock on it, right?
You're just going to knock on the
Is there
door.
actually a back door? I thought there was just a front door. Like I thought
Well,
he
you
was just
said you
knock at
said
the back
back.
of the
Well, you
house.
said send Eric to the back door, is my understanding.
Well, I thought there was just like a back of the house. So I just wanted to make a noise at the back of the house.
Oh, okay.
So that
Okay, I
he'll
got
come
you.
to the front door and going out back to investigate. He won't expect anyone to be out front.
I got
That
you.
sounds like an excellent plan.
Yeah.
Do
Eric's
you think, though, that he would be fooled by such things?
Eric
What
says
if we instead put something into his chimney, drawing him out by the smoke?
I say we jam the door and set the whole house on fire.
Then he'll scream and alert others.
And we walk away. Let him burn in his own home.
That is a coward's way.
You don't think he could jump through a window?
If he jumps through the window, he'll be down on the ground and we'll be able to chop him up that way.
Won't the fire draw like every raider in the area down on us?
Yeah, that seems
Exactly.
like-
Let us just kill this man quickly.
I agree.
Yeah.
Either
Eric
do
takes
the
off.
thing, or I think what I'm suggesting is that we block up the flume on his fire, because it'll fill his space with. If we block the top of the chimney, it'll fill his place with smoke. Then he'll need to come out because it'll be smoky and also clear it.
Yeah, but then we don't know when he'll come out. If Eric just knocks at the back, he'll come to investigate.
Okay, I'm sitting in the woods. I'm not a warrior, so do what you want.
Eric takes off his skull cap and he scratches his head, looking very perplexed. And then he puts it back on. And then after that, he goes back to the back of the house and knocks on it.
All right, we're going with Hosfer's plan. Eric, you're going to the back.
Is Trincho with me?
Sure.
All right, cool. So yes.
All right. Eric, you go to the back. What do you? I mean, it's pretty much. I mean, there is some wood slats, but a lot of it is thatch itself. How do you want to make your noise?
He looks at the wooden stack, and he figures he could just pull one of the stacks and have it crumble down. Would that work? I mean, would that?
Yeah, that'd be fine. I just
Yeah.
want to make sure how you're going to do it. Yeah, that's good.
Yeah, he pulls off one of the logs, and it makes the whole thing crumble down and makes a lot of noise.
You grab hold of the log, and as you do, make me a DR. Don't forget your +1 that you had from the charm or whatever, pendant.
All right. Ooh, no, 4.
Oh no, that's not going to be good.
The rolls tonight. Oh goodness.
Yeah.
Eric, you do that, and you hear all of a sudden the most hideous scream and wailing coming from just all around you. And you look and you see some of the blackness of the clouds and the fog and stuff just like appear almost in a humanoid form as they just wrap around you. And this screaming is inside of your mind. I mean, it is driving you insane. And you will take, let's see, 25 points of damage.
Ooh, yikes. Yeah, he's dead.
What's that put you to?
25 is that's -8.
Oh man, yeah. So
Yeah.
yep. I mean, it just permeates into your mind and your soul as you fall. Maybe part of the screams are you now as you fall to the ground. The rest of you hear it coming from the back. It sounds like almost a woman's scream, though. It doesn't sound like Eric's scream. It's what you hear from the front.
Oh, go ahead.
I was gonna say, do we hear anything coming from inside the house?
Nothing.
Yeah, I'm in the woods. I'm just watching. Do I see him die because I'm basically in the back, or is it like something else?
Well, hey, I'll give you another chance. Make me a mind roll. You never +2.
Oh, God. Oh, holy crap, I rolled a 1.
Oh my god.
Oh my gosh.
This has been really bad.
Wow,
This
is
is the second die, too, so I'm going to stick with it.
You're trying to find a path to run the hell out of town in a minute.
With my luck, I should not be.
But yeah, let's see the two up front, Hosphere and Trinta. You, of course, Tove. I'm not exactly sure where you were, but I mean, you all hear the woman scream coming from the back of the house.
I was with them.
Oscar's going to bust open the door and run in and chop the man.
All right. When you run in, the rest of you going to run in with them? How are y'all going to do that?
Yeah, Trencher will run in with him.
Tove?
I'll be in the back.
Yep. Ingeborg, I'm going to say without rolling, I mean, you see them open the front door and rushing in, of course.
Okay. Ingeborg's going to walk into the center of town and just stand in the square.
Tove, I'll let you roll initiative for your group.
Oh, good. Jesus, a 1. God.
Oh, no.
Nice!
This is awesome.
This guy's already set a charge against me. There's a spear waiting.
Yeah.
You all three rush in, and there's a couple things that happen. The large man, host there, you see him first, of course. I mean, just sitting there. He uncrosses his arms as you're charging towards him, and he goes, "Welcome. I have been expecting you. However, one of your friends has already met their death." And
Yeah, that
what he
took him a
says
long
to
time
you.
to say. I'm going to chop into him.
Something else happens as you do that. Postsphere, if you're running up first, you are completely caught off guard as they rolled a 4 on initiative.
Okay.
You see, coming out of the darkness right there next to you, you see this woman. And she is holding these 2 lights. One of them is completely dark, and one of them is almost probably a candle burning. And she takes the one that is dark, and she swings it towards you. And 18 will hit, so make a DR.
Okay. Oh, no, I did not make it.
Oh, man, that's not good at all. As this dark thing hits you, your whole body pretty much just combusts into flame.
Nice.
You will take, let's see, Let's just see if I can add how long it takes me to add this up. I'm gonna get a calculator. It's 5d20, so.
Oh boy.
Nice.
And I roll high on almost every one of them. I rolled 3 16s.
Oh, well, then I'm definitely dead.
Yeah, I rolled 3 16s. Oh my god, you'll take 71 points of damage.
All right, I'm still up.
Hey, if you were Young's character from the other night, you would be.
Yeah, right. Young samurai.
But Tove, you and Trenta, you just see this woman appear out of nowhere, out of the darkness, and she swings this dark light deal as it just hits Hospital. I mean, his whole body just explodes into flame.
And then ashes fall on the ground.
I'm gonna back out of the room.
You have the guy sitting on the deal. He just says that to all of you. He makes no other inkling to do anything, and he just starts letting out a ha 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 ha. Which one of you dies next? And it is up to your group.
I'm gonna back up. I'm back out of the house, out the door.
Ingeborg is in the center of town. She's drawing like ruins in the center of the village on the ground. With
Yeah,
sticks.
and Ingeborg, one more chance. When you went to the center of town, roll me a number 9 roll. I'm not even going to ask anymore.
There's no idea what's going on. I can't believe it. That's like the third one I rolled tonight. Oh man, what's up with this die?
What is your mind score?
No, it's normal. I don't have any bonuses or penalties.
Trent, you see this happen. You see Tove start backing out of the house. You rushed in. What would you like to do?
I'm just gonna hack into the woman.
Hey, go for it.
She's the bigger threat. Yeah, that's a 3.
Oh man. All right, Tove, you're moving all the way back out into the outside of the house, right?
Yes.
All right, Trenche, you can do your own fate now. So roll me a d6 for initiative. They had a 5.
It's a 6.
Nice.
You going to try to strike into her again?
Yeah, might as well.
All right, go for it.
There we go. 17.
Ooh, let's see if she can. Let's see if I keep rolling bad on my DRs. Hey, I did, and I rolled a 6. So how much damage?
Excellent. Ooh, great. 17. 34.
34. You see her look at you. You see both of those kind of lantern deals. They both go dark. And she looks at you and she opens her mouth and you see little sharp teeth. And she goes, I still have enough power to take you down. And she is going to reach out and touch you. Make a DR for me.
12.
Oh.
All right. As she reaches out and touches you, these little figures come out, almost like little 5 or 6 inches, probably. I mean, they're like, when you look at them, like little devils or something, as they just come out of her hand and they just start circling around you and biting into you. You'll take 22 points of damage from them as they bite into you.
Ouch.
The man on the chair, he still sits there and laughs at you and he goes, who would ever known the woman's the bravest one of all? Next round, Trent.
God. 1.
Oh my gosh, Sensei, I hope you didn't have a 1 because they had a 2.
Oh, no.
Man. All right. Let's see. She is going to look at you and she says, you are bleeding well now. I will feed upon your blood as you see these sharp teeth as she reaches in and tries to bite your throat out. And that is a 16, so make a DR.
20.
All right. You're able to maneuver out of her way enough then. So what would you like to do?
I'm just swinging around, hoping to catch her with the edge of that shield.
All right.
It's a 16.
All right, let's see. Oh man, I finally made a DR with a 15 exactly.
Yeah.
All
Of
right,
course.
next round. Ingeborg, you still staying in the middle of watching the fountains or whatever?
Yet she knows her destiny, and it's not yet.
All right. What about Tove? As you backed out, you hear the battle going on inside, raging.
Yeah. I'll go back in.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, I have a reputation for doing dumb shit, so I will, but I will still do that. I'll be like, oh, I can't. I'm a priest, a believer in Odin, and I have to go back in.
All right, you go back in. Trent J, roll initiative for us then.
That's a 6.
Hey, perfect. They had a 3, so you see your friend come back in. Tove, you see the woman. Appears not to be as in good shape as she was earlier, but then of course you see Trent J has been with these little things that have circled around her and bit into her. But y'all are up first.
Swinging with the sword. It's a 14.
Oh man.
That's what I said. Oh man.
I am going to I'm going to cast freeze on her.
All right. Let me go and read that.
This is a good death.
Yeah, it's a good way to die.
Yeah, I'm gonna say. I'm just gonna say it's gonna center on her. I'm gonna give her a DR though.
Okay.
Just to see, and she will fail with a nat 1.
Oh.
So roll me some damage.
Oh, okay. All right. Just trying to do math here. 10d20.
I know I had to get my calculator for the 5.
87.
Yeah, you cast that up on her as it just circles around her, this freeze and this cold in the ice, and her body just boof, breaks and shatters. You see the 2 instruments she was holding, though, they fall to the ground, and one of them is lit up again, and the other one is dark. Roll your d6 to see if it affects you.
Okay. I rolled a 2.
Woo! Okay. Her body just shatters into just splinters of ice. You see the guy on the throne. He stands up and he goes, well, I'll tell you, before he says anything, Tove, you and Trent J, roll me a mind roll to see if you notice something about him.
Oh, 15.
Nope.
All right. You said you did pass, Tove?
Yeah, 15.
Yeah, you look at him as he stands up and you look through the helm that he's wearing and you see his eyes are just black. You see nothing but blackness in through there. And you hear him go, I must finish. It appears. And he starts walking down the stairs towards you two with that large axe. So we'll just go into the next round. Trent J, you can keep rolling if you want. He got a 2.
That's a 1.
Oh my God.
Man. He is going to run off and charge towards you, Tove.
All right.
You killed his little witch friend. 15 exactly, so make me a DR.
All right. Nope.
Oh no. He swings this large 2-handed axe into you. Hey, that's some pretty bad damage though. So maybe let's see. 23?
I have 1 hit point left.
Yeah, he swings this large axe into you. And you just see, now you see him up closer. You see nothing but black pits where his eyes should be. Tove, it is up to you and Trent J as you see this happen.
Those things the witch dropped, Are they still on fire? Are they still burning, or are they just?
They are not. They're just laying there, but one of them is kind of lit up again, like a candle, almost candle strength, and the other one's black.
Okay. I'm gonna grab the black one and I want to hit him with it.
Perfect.
19.
He fails and roll me 5d10 damage with that.
5d10. All right. $31.
31, okay. Whatever you did with that, you see as you hit him, he almost lets out a yell, like a hurt yell and stuff. You can tell that did something to him for sure.
All right.
Trent J, anything?
Gonna do a backhand slash at his legs.
All right.
That's 20.
All right, let's see. He fails.
Oh, no way. 31.
Wow.
31, perfect. You, whatever you do to his leg, you can tell me how you take him out and he falls and is not moving.
Basically, she just hamstrings him as she does the backhand. She comes up underneath the leather and the chain that's present, and she just drags it across, hitting some of the precious arteries that are there, and he collapses and bleeds out.
He does collapse and bleed out and is not moving.
So Ingeborg is going to start moving towards the house of there. In fact, I was going to do it this round anyways, but that actually works out for me.
Ingeborg, I was going to say you will be the first to notice this being outside. You start moving towards the house. You see the fog, the blackness that is obscured vision so bad, and in the clouds, you see all this black fog and darkness start rolling back away, and the landscape's kind of clearing up as it all appears to be going back towards the mountains itself. You notice that definitely as you're moving towards this house.
Yeah, Ingeborg will move towards the house, and she would, when she gets there, hopefully nothing else happens.
Yep, nothing else happens. You are able to make it to that house, open the door, and see that.
She'll say she sees Tove standing there with that magical device, and she says, "I told you no man would kill the creature." He looks around at the dead man, and then she says, "That must be destroyed." She looks at the device.
Oh, the thing I'm holding. There's two. I pick up the other one.
Yeah, aren't they connected? Oh, there's two. Yeah, they must be destroyed. We must travel and destroy them in a volcano.
Are you sure?
Mm-hmm. That is why I was here, for no other reason.
Well, yes. I guess there had to be a reason you were here, considering that. I mean, you didn't help.
Oh, did I not? Were you successful in defeating the creature?
Yes, and it is true that the gods work in mysterious ways and through mysterious vessels.
Did you not
I'll hand her the
arcane symbols I drew in the town?
I'll hand you the device.
All right, I'll take them.
I'm glad that we have a pissing contest going on between our cleric and our witch.
The cleric says, I use the sword.
Tove, you and Trent J would have noticed this just before Ingeborg would have come in the house. If you would have turned over and looked at the body of Grimspear, you now see his eyes are a piercing blue. They went back to a piercing blue. They are no longer just pools of black.
Oh.
Just to let you know.
So he was possessed.
Yes. Likely by a witch more powerful than that one, and pointed the one on the ground.
Well, the ice of Niflheim did for her. So.
But you all go outside, and you all will notice now it is clearing up back to almost normal type weather as you see all of the blackness is fading and going further and deeper and dissipating into the mountains itself. It's you almost see the last rays of sunlight for the day through them now.
Odin is blessing us. We have done good work here today.
Yes,
So,
we have. We should burn the
where-
bodies.
Where is this volcano?
We are going to hear that in just a moment. Crystal, make me a soul roll before you tell me how it ends. The last thoughts of Hosfir.
Sphere feels some intense pain, some heat, and the next thing he knows, he's looking around the spirit world. He looks up, seeing the glory of Valhalla before him, and as he's about to walk forward, suddenly a large claw hand reaches out and grabs him and says, "Where do you think you're going?" And then begins to drag him into the depths of hell, of the freezing hell,
Oh no.
as Hosfir felt his soul roll.
All right. Eric, let's make your soul roll and tell me your last thoughts.
Oh wow. Okay. Yeah. So Eric, he says, as he's floating as a disembodied spirit, he curses at himself. It's like, I should have challenged him for a Holmgang, and then he laments, the fact that he could not duel the monster honorably. But regardless, he died in combat, or in a struggle against some sort of a opponent, still with his weapons in hand. So he feels like he's slipping into the underground, but suddenly the Valkyries arrive and they lift him up and bring him to Valhalla. And the door opens, and all these Viking warriors all raise up their glasses and say, "Welcome, Eric." And thus the connection is strong with Bluetooth.
All right. And Daniel, tell us about Ingeborg and what she's going to have the group do.
So Ingeborg knows that she had seen a vision before she came that only women would walk away from this conflict, and that they must now travel to Tofodrikul, if I'm pronouncing it right, an ancient volcano in Iceland, and destroy this magical device before it spreads evil across the world. So yeah, she wraps her cloak around her, and hopefully her companions come with, and she heads in that direction.
Yep, you can do that. Nikki, what about Tove?
Yeah, Tove will go with Ingeborg, partly because she thinks it's the right thing to do, and partly because she's not sure she trusts that it wasn't Ingeborg controlling that black-eyed guy. So she'll go just to make sure that things actually get thrown in the volcano.
Yep, you can do that. And what about Trinche?
She will go to and make sure that this task is completed.
Yep, you three make your journey to do that. And as far as you know, it is completed. The weather starts clearing up. The unnatural darkness and storms disappear. You see the two old women that were cooking meals. If you would have stayed around long enough to talk to them again, or they would have eventually come out. The first thing, of course, that you would have seen Ingeborg, the one you spoke to, you would see her eyesight has been restored now. She is no longer have the dark blindness of the darkness in her eyes. The other woman, you didn't get close enough to see that, but she would tell you that her eyesight is back. Everything returns to normal. The lady at the village that helped you all at first, it was a mistake. She returns to normal health and offers assistance anytime. Things return back to a normal peace pretty much. And we go to the old man and the boy with the cart. as they eventually go back to the village they're from. And you see the boy out there one day playing, and he kicks something up and some rocks there, and he looks down and he goes, "Oh, what is this? I'm going to take it and show it to grandfather. I've never seen nothing like this." And he walks into where his grandfather is, and he says, "Well, what is it, boy? What did you find?" And the boy reaches up, and he's standing there swinging and holding this little lantern deal in his arms, and it is completely black. And he goes, "Can I keep it, grandfather?"